So, Sarah, over to you.
Right. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah Greenwood, and some of the things that I'm going to say touch on what Keith said earlier. Can you actually hear me okay?
Yeah, beautifully.
All right, okay. I've tried to analyse what the problems have been that I've come across and to find some solutions. Anyway, these are my experiences. I've been working in the Balkans, specifically Bosnia, since 2002, and I worked in Kosovo in 2010 to 2013. We provided disabled riding training to a local riding centre so disabled children could go there to ride. Unfortunately, the centre closed down a couple of years ago. But this summer I'm coming back with a disabled riding trainer to train staff at another riding centre, but I'll talk more about that later. When I was over in 2012, I was introduced to Elizabeth and kept irregularly in touch with a view to volunteering with the Ideas Partnership. And finally this year I was in a position to be able to come over and rocked up at the end of February for several days. During this time, I was able to show the ladies of Sapun how to extend their product range by making bath bombs, which are cheap and easy to do. My only concern was that they might not be able to get the cosmetic grade oil needed to scent the bombs. I was also going to show them how to make bath salts, but forgot the Epsom salts needed as an ingredient. But I thought that these will be available in chemist shops in Pristina because I just assumed that they were a commonly used substance. Apparently this isn't the case, and despite me and Veton trawling all the chemist shops in the town, it became apparent that we couldn't procure them. So that was the end of that idea. I spent an afternoon at Push Kosovo showing the two ladies how to make bath bombs. And I'd had a leaflet, recipe leaflet translated, so even if they couldn't read, somebody would be able to tell them what it said to remind them. I took all the items needed to make them: citric acid, bicarbonate of soda, scented oil and colours, bowls, sieves, spray, spoons, moulds, packaging, etc. And I had feedback later in the week that they'd made some more on their own and were very happy with the results. But when I returned in April, I asked how they were doing with the bath bombs because I was concerned that they might have run out of ingredients, specifically the oils. But it turns out that they haven't made any more and they didn't want to, so obviously they're discontinuing that. I was quite disappointed about this, but wonder if it's because they're not familiar with the concept of bath bombs. So can't imagine why anybody would want to buy them. So I also wondered if it was because they can't source the ingredients and this makes it difficult as well. Whatever it is, I'd like to know, because I think they're actually missing a trick here in not selling them to a UK or Western market to boost income for a small outlay. I don't know how much citric acid costs in Kosovo, but I've bought bicarbonate of soda there to bring back to UK because it's a lot cheaper to buy in Kosovo than it is here. One of the other things that I worked on while I was over there was the Massage in Schools programme. If you aren't familiar with it, it's teaching, it's peer massage for children in a classroom setting. So it's child-on-child massage. So one of the days when I was over in February, I was able to try to teach 4 of the Massage in Schools programme routine moves to children at the kindergarten, who were initially wildly enthusiastic, but by the end of the 20 minutes it took to get them to do it, they wanted to do something else. So so I think it will be a case of little and often with that. Massage in Schools programme is used for and elsewhere to improve and enhance behaviour and understanding, as well as improving the classroom atmosphere. It's got a lot of proven benefits, and I was hoping it might be used on a regular basis for 5 minutes every day, or even a couple of times a week at least, as part of the school routine. I photocopied 4 moves and had the cues translated so they could be put on the classroom wall to remind the teacher until they'd all remembered the routine. But again, when I went back in April, there was no sign of the cue pictures and it didn't appear to be in use, though in fairness I didn't ask whether it was. Again, this might be because it's an alien concept and I would need to sit down with the teacher and the mini teachers who also helped to explain about how and why it could help. and the benefits of incorporating it into a daily or weekly routine, so that there's a better understanding of how and why to use it. But I'd actually need to be allocated the time to do this, and I think that seemed to be quite difficult to do. The activity that I did do that seemed to be best received was giving treatments to the kids and adults who attended both the Fusha Kosovo and the Yanjeva centres. I'm a bow and technique practitioner and was able to give treatments in situ. The ladies who attended the weekly meeting at Fusha Kosovo all had a treatment, and they all seemed to have had an improvement, and that's when I was going back again. I did wonder whether there might be some interest from some of the ladies about learning a simple massage routine so they could massage each other, because a lot of them had some absolutely rock solid muscles in the backs that would have needed regular attention. Because I'm also a qualified masseur, I could provide a simple routine for them to follow if they was interested. But that would be something that I would need to ask when I was going back again. I will be returning at regular intervals during the rest of the year. The next time is in June, when me and the disabled riding therapy trainer will be teaching staff at a local riding centre about how to train ponies for disabled riders and how to deal with riders who have different levels of disability. If possible, I'd like to get some of the kids from Fusha Kosovo to come and act as guinea pig riders for us to practice with, but this will depend on how the ponies behave before we can arrange that. Again, this is going to be a wildly off-the-wall activity for them. I was wondering if the coordination between the main office in Pristina and the Fusha Kosovo office and at Yanjeva might be improved. Certainly in my case as an individual, I made arrangements with Veton about where I would work and what I would do. But when I arrived at these places, nobody was expecting me and I had no idea what I was proposing to do. So I felt like I was intruding on an already busy work day. I think this also might be why the Massage in Schools programme wasn't taken on board. And if I'd had time to talk to the teachers, it might have been different. Also, the first time I went to Yanjeva in February, I was supposed to be teaching massage in schools there, but I wasn't expected, and it was very apparent that they were just going to get on with the lesson that they had planned. So I just had to sit about waiting to go home because I couldn't contribute. In fairness, on both occasions, large groups of UK volunteers have been over the previous week. And so because of organising for them, what I'm in with the centres involved. Sorry, right, that's it, I've finished now, that's all I wanted to say.
You did really well. Well, thank you first of all, Sarah.